Here's the man. The Lancaster tyres, what did the pressure in them? 60 on these.
Yeah, I mean,
just taxi.
Even the BBMF Lanc 60 in the main wheels.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I was thinking about when you were saying that heavy braking and landing, the inner tube moves around a bit with that. What did you call those marks on the tyres? Those white marks. Sorry?
Creep marks.
Creep marks. Yeah. So
if your tyres and tubes are looked after and correctly inflated,
yeah,
there shouldn't be a tendency for the tube and the tyre to rotate around the hub. It's only when the pressures are low and neglected that tends to happen.
Yeah. The main wheels of the Lancaster have been taken off. They're getting ready to go to BBMF to have the tyres removed from the hubs. The wheels of the Lancaster are back from BBMF, where the tyres and the hubs have been separated. The hubs will be now stripped down, bearings out, and getting ready for an NDT. This coverage I'm having to put on because when I started on the tyre part of the Lancaster, my mic began to play up. It is now away being repaired. So I'm adding this commentary onto it. I decided to ask Jerb about the balancing of the wheels because I looked on the hubs, I couldn't see any balancing weights or anything anywhere. So I asked him, how do they balance the tyres of the Lancaster? And this is what he said. The mic was just beginning to play up then, but you still can hear it. Yeah.
That's all you have. It's a red spot to indicate the light spot.
And the valve is in
the way I remembered it in training was the red light district. So the red is the light spot on the tyre itself.
Yeah.
And that has to go in line with the valve in the tube.
And just the weight of the valve is enough to balance it correctly.
Yeah, the hubs are already balanced.
Yeah.
And then the only other markings you've got are a series of either grey or green spots.
And what do they indicate?
And they signify where there was a spike was inserted into the layers of rubber during its manufacture to let any trapped gases or air out. So they're all marks, AWL, all marks.
Yeah.
And they're the only other markings you'll see apart from what's printed on the
or moulded on, yeah. What do they call these?
These are longerons.
Longerons.
These were the two that were saved.
Yeah.
E and F. That one's got all the angles back on it, that one.
Oh, all riveted on.
All riveted back on, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget the paint job.
Don't forget the paint job, what?
So these have been undercoated, have they? Or
yeah, they've had their primer on, yeah.
Primer on.
Yep. And so they've got the primer on, putting the angles all back on. So that one's all riveted up, complete more or less, that one.
Yeah.
Just missing the base angle on that one, that's all it's missing off that. That hasn't been sprayed yet.
On these, you've got the round head rivet this side, and then you've got the...
Yeah.
So why is that?
But in most cases, if you can, you put the rivet head on the side of the actual thing that you're sticking to it. You know, like we're sticking that bracket onto that, so it goes on there. And there's another bracket underneath there.
Oh.
And that's got.
I see.
If Bill turns it over for you, you'll see what I mean.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah. The head's there.
That,
yeah. Did you rivet these by hand or a squeezer gun?
We've been doing them by hand in there with a gun and everything. Yeah.
These are the reinforced bits.
Yeah, the big reinforcing angle's gone down that one.
On there.
Yeah, we're about halfway through that on here, and then we realised we've got to put all the angles on as well.
Yeah.
They came out of paint.
End of this.
All these just make it, because at the minute, like, it's still quite wobbly, you know.
Yes.
It's all over the place. Yeah. So we've got like the big T section one. What's on that one? We've got the big T section one, so it's really strengthening it up.
Oh, yeah.
Another angle there, and then you've got all these ones. These are where the ribs slide into.
Yeah.
So each one of these goes either side of that, as your strength for your ribs.
One goes one side and one goes the other, does it?
One either side.
Yeah.
And then so the ribs slide into that gap there.
Yeah.
And they
Riveted.
go through your other holes, which are going downwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thank you, Ken.
No problem.
Do they have a taper bearing both sides? And these gone away for an NDT?
They are, yeah. Remove all the traces of paint and rubbish on them.
The bit in?
There's little lumps of like seal and stuff on it.
Yeah. This is Chris, a volunteer at the centre, and this is the corner where they've been restoring motorbikes, cars and lorries. And is this the engine out of the?
This is the engine out the Bedford.
Out the Bedford. And what horsepower is the Bedford?
I don't know.
That's a good start.
It's 300 cubic inch.
300. And it's a straight six.
Straight six.
Side valve.
Overhead valve.
Overhead valve. Yeah. And how far is it on the restoration?
Just starting.
Just started. Oh right.
Yes.
And what about the car? This is a standard flying 12BL.
Yeah.
And where's the engine for this? Is this?
Under that cup. And these are all the Bedford bits.
They're all the bits, yeah.
Off the Bedford.
They're head bolts, are they, in the tin?
Yes, that's it. Fan blades, air cleaner.
And this is Mike, another volunteer at the centre, and he's working on this BSA 500 M20, which is, we think, round about 1940.
Well, I've measured the cylinder and the piston, and it's actually on original bore.
Oh, so it hasn't been rebored or
anything.
So you,
If the magneto's away, that's got to be overhauled.
yeah,
That should be back in a couple of weeks with a bit of luck.
yeah,
And what I'm going to do next is take the rest of the engine out so I can clean everything up really.
yeah.
The bottom ends, the main bearings seem to be all right. There's no.
Was it a 3-speed gearbox?
4-speed.
4-speed, yeah. And you said this was a side valve?
Side valve, yeah.